Don't do it. That's we need to do. We do it. Yes. They had a snipe when you did the first one. We do a test with it, man. Going down. Going down by the river to wash my cares away. Down by the river to wash my cares away. Put them in a bottle to see if I can solve them. Down by the river to wash my cares away. Down by the river to wash my cares away. Down by the river to see if I can solve them. Down by the river to wash my cares away. That's a nice picture. Oh, that's right there. You ready? She's ready. Come on. This morning when I rose, yeah, I didn't have no doubt. This morning when I rose, yeah, I didn't have no doubt. This morning when I rose, yeah, I didn't have no doubt. I know the Lord will take care of me. Provide for me. Lead and guide me all the way. This morning when I rose, y'all, I didn't have no doubt. This morning when I rose, y'all, I didn't have no doubt. This morning when I rose, y'all, I didn't have no doubt. I know the Lord will take care of me. Will provide. Lead and guide all the way, all the way. This morning when I rose, y'all, I didn't have no doubt. This morning when I rose, y'all, I didn't have no doubt. This morning when I rose, y'all, I didn't have no doubt. I know the Lord will take care of me. Will provide for me. Lead and guide me all the way, all the way. You ought to call him, call him. Tell him what you come on and call him, call him. Tell him what you want. Call him in the morning. Call him in the evening. I know the Lord will take care of me. Will provide for me. Lead and guide me all the way, all the way. This morning when I rose, y'all, I didn't have no doubt. Oh, this morning when I rose, y'all, I didn't have no doubt. This morning when I rose, y'all, I didn't have no doubt. I know the Lord will take care of me. Will provide for me. Lead and guide me all the way, all the way. Come on and call him, call him. Tell him what you want. You ought to call him, call him. Tell him what you want. Tell him what you want. I know the Lord will take care of me. Will provide for me. Lead and guide me all the way, all the way. Come on and call him, call him. Tell him what you want. You ought to call him in the morning. Call him in the tell him what you want. Tell him what you want. Call him, call him. Tell him what you want. I know the Lord will take care of me. Will provide. All the way. This morning when I rose, y'all,
I didn't have no doubt.
this morning when I rose, y'all,
I didn't have no doubt.
this morning when I rose, y'all,
I didn't have no doubt.
I know the Lord
Will take care of
will
me.
provide,
Will provide for
gonna
me.
lead and guide,
Lead and guide me all the way, all the way.
This morning when I rose, y'all,
I didn't have no doubt.
oh, this morning when I rose, y'all,
I didn't have no doubt.
this morning when I rose, y'all,
I didn't have no doubt.
I know the Lord
Will take care of
will
me.
provide,
Will provide for
lead
me.
and guide,
Lead and guide me all the way, all the way.
Come on and
Call him, call him.
Call him.
Tell him what you want.
Our Father,
Call him,
who art in
call
heaven,
him.
call him,
Tell him what you want.
You ought to call
Call
him.
him, call him. Tell him what you want.
I know the Lord
Will take care of me.
will provide,
Will provide for me.
lead and guide,
Lead and guide me all the way, all the way.
Morning when I rose, y'all,
I didn't have no doubt.
this morning when I rose, y'all,
I didn't have no doubt.
this morning when I rose, y'all, I know the Lord
Will take care of me.
will provide,
Will provide for me.
lead and guide,
Lead and guide me all the way, all the way.
Oh, oh, Mary,
Oh, Mary, don't you weep.
tell Martha not to mourn.
Tell Martha not to mourn.
Oh, Mary,
Oh, Mary, don't you weep.
tell Martha not to mourn.
Tell Martha not to mourn.
Army,
Pharaoh's army
drowned in the Red Sea.
drowned in the sea.
Oh, Mary,
Oh, Mary, don't you weep.
tell Martha not to mourn.
Tell Martha not to mourn.
Oh, Mary,
Oh, Mary, don't you weep.
tell Martha not to mourn.
Tell Martha not to mourn.
Oh, Mary,
Oh, Mary, don't you weep.
tell Martha not to mourn.
Tell Martha not to mourn.
Pharaoh's army,
Pharaoh's army
drowned in the Red Sea.
drowned in the Red Sea.
Oh, Mary,
Oh, Mary, don't you weep.
tell Martha don't mourn.
Tell Martha not to mourn.
If I could,
If I
you
could,
know that I would.
I surely would.
Stand on that rock
Stand on the rock
where Moses stood.
where Moses stood.
Pharaoh's army,
Pharaoh's army
drowned in that Red Sea.
drowned in the Red Sea.
Oh, Mary,
Oh, Mary, don't you weep.
tell Martha don't mourn.
Tell Martha not to
Oh,
mourn.
if I could,
If I could,
you know that I would.
I surely would.
I stand on that rock
Stand on the rock
where Moses stood.
where Moses
Not
stood.
on Pharaoh's army,
Pharaoh's army
drowned in that Red Sea.
drowned in the Red Sea.
Oh, Mary,
Oh, Mary, don't you weep.
whoa, whoa, oh, Mary,
Oh, Mary, don't you weep.
whoa, Mary,
Oh, Mary, don't you weep.
Mary,
Oh, Mary, don't you weep.
whoa, Mary,
Oh, Mary, don't you weep.
whoa, Mary,
Oh, Mary, don't you weep.
tell Martha don't mourn.
Tell Martha not to mourn.
All right, good morning. It's my honor and pleasure to welcome all of you to the 2023 91st annual meeting of the Southeastern Surgical Congress. And in celebration of Black History Month, the Southeastern Surgical Congress is proud to host the Hallelujah Singers, whose performance you just heard. I mercifully declined an opportunity to join them. The Hallelujah Singers are a vocal group founded by Dr. Marlena Smalls. The Hallelujah Singers seek to preserve through music the Gullah heritage, which is rooted in West African traditions and language and brought to the Sea Islands of South Carolina and Georgia. The Gullah language is a Creole blend of West African and European dialects and was developed in the isolated plantations of the coastal South. Smalls developed and refined a series of concerts to define the Gullah culture and the Sea Island sound. Her goal was to preserve the melodies and storytelling techniques of the South Carolina Sea Islands. They've recorded 3 CDs. The first, Gullah, Songs of Hope, Faith, and Freedom. The second, Joy, A Gullah Christmas, was released. And finally, the latest CD, Gullah, Carry Me Home, is the first to be nationally distributed. The Hallelujah Singers have performed in concerts worldwide and have appeared in television documentaries and in the motion picture Forrest Gump, which, as many of you know, was filmed partially in Savannah. So please join me in another round of applause for the Hallelujah Singers. And to start the meeting, I'd like to invite Dr. David Adams to the podium to deliver our invocation.
So this is the Southeastern Surgical Congress that was founded some 93 years ago. And you note it's a Congress. It's not a society or a club or an association. So it's a Congress, which is a gathering of all delegates. And over the years, the delegates to this meeting have become all the students and residents that come here. I always say that every generation is the greatest generation, or we would have perished long ago. Now, when they invited me to give the invocation, I said yes. And then when I looked at the program, I saw it was a convocation. So a convocation is an action of calling people together for a meeting. So I will do that, but it can also be an invocation, and an invocation is a speech that's addressed to a higher power. So what I'm saying can be addressed to a higher power, but also addressed to the power that's within this room. So, friends, colleagues, and lovers of the healing art of surgery, close your eyes and open your hearts and minds. Let us remember today the loving parents and teachers that have nourished us and remind us that we can do the same. Fill us with gratitude for our family, friends, and colleagues who support us in innumerable and intangible ways. Help us to find the living bread that we need today, for this week, and for what is to come. Soften the ground of our being and carve out a space within us for the loving kindness of the healing arts. Fill us with creativity so that we may be empowered to bear the fruit of our healing mission. Endow us with the wisdom to produce and share what our patients need to flourish. Do not let us be seduced by that which would divert us from our true purpose of using healing hands to care for the sick and suffering. Untie the tangled threads of bureaucratic medicine that bind us as we release the bureaucrats from past mistakes. Illuminate the opportunities of the present moment to learn and grow as we share these days of fellowship with our enduring community of the surgeons of the Southeastern Surgical Congress. And last of all, please keep Satan out of the operating room.
Thank you, Dr. Adams. Would you please remain at the podium with me for just one moment? At this point, I'd like to invite immediate past president, Dr. Richard Field, to the microphone. Dr. Field has some business that he wanted to conduct last year during his presidency, but was not able to. So we're going to let him conclude that business now.
Good morning. As Brian said, I want to give an award that was slated to be given last year, but logistically with COVID, it just didn't happen. So I appreciate the opportunity to speak now. Let me just tell you about this award just a second so you'll understand where we're coming from. The Southeastern Surgical Congress Distinguished Service Award is the society's highest honor. It reflects the reverence in which the surgical community regards the individual. The Southeastern Surgical recognizes the excellence and service in all aspects of the Congress: clinical expertise, education, fellowship, and mentorship. This award was first given in 1967 to Dr. Alton Oshner. Most recently, in 2021, it was given to Dr. David Feliciano. In order to keep David a little bit humble, we have to remind him that the year before this award was given to Dr. Grace Rosicki, his wife. Today's award recipient was born in Annapolis, Maryland, later finished college at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, where he was Phi Beta Kappa. His medical degree was obtained at the Medical College of Virginia. An internship and residency was at the U.S. Naval Hospital in Portsmouth. While in the Navy, he served in 2 hospitals at which he was chief of surgery at both facilities. Upon separation from the Navy, he joined the staff at the Medical University of South Carolina. During the rest of his surgical career, he was director, co-director, or president of virtually every organization he was affiliated with. And I can tell you there were numerous. Brian did not give me enough time to list them all. He also has 150 publications to his credit. He's also a member of all the important surgical societies in this country, including past president of this organization. Upon retirement, after 32 years at MUSC, he was awarded the South Carolina Order of the Palmetto. He and his lovely wife, Marty, have a blended family of 4 children and 5 grandchildren. It is a great privilege for me to present the Southeastern Surgical Distinguished Service Award to an excellent surgeon, mentor, career supporter of the Southeastern Surgical, and probably most important, a quintessential Southern gentleman, Dr. David Adams of Charleston. Do we give him the number? Well, congratulations. See, that's why I tried to get you up at the meeting. I should have done it. Let's do it. You gotta put this in. Okay, let's see. We need ladies up here for this. Okay, there we go. Here we go. All right. All right, good deal. Good. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
So once again, congratulations, Dr. Adams. So I'm going to start over. So I'd like to welcome everyone, say good morning. My name is Brian Richmond from Charleston, West Virginia, and I'm the current sitting president of the Southeastern Surgical Congress, and it is my honor and privilege to welcome all of you to the 91st annual meeting of the Southeastern. We've actually prepared a brief welcome video for all of you that lasts about a minute, so we'll start with that, and then I'll proceed with some announcements. It's Super Bowl weekend, by the way.
Brian Richmond, WVU, Charleston, West Virginia.
Eddie Cornwell, President-elect from the Capstone, Howard University.
John Sweeney, the Emory University School of Medicine. Go Eagles.
Kim Farrell, UNC Chapel Hill.
John Stewart, Program Committee Chair, the Louisiana State University.
So thanks to our friends at LP for putting that together. And once again, thanks to all of you for your attendance. I'd like to start with some announcements. I'm pleased to announce that as of yesterday, our attendance at the meeting was at 607 enrollees, which makes it one of the best attended meetings to date. And ordinarily, I would read the names of the new members, but I can't do that this year because we were blessed with 321 new members in the last calendar year, which is phenomenal. Yesterday, we had the Residence Forum, which had over 100 attendees, which I think was a record. We had a postgraduate course with 50 attendees on controversies in surgical care, and we had an education training luncheon on the development of entrustable professional activities, which was very robust and was attended by upwards of 75 people. Our guest speakers there were Dr. George Sorosi, Dr. Brunessa Lindemann, and Dr. Jacob Greenberg, all are who involved with the EPA writing project with the American Board of Surgery, and that was hosted by Joe Sharma's committee. It was outstanding. We have an exciting day planned for you featuring the A. Hamlin Letton Lecture given by Dr. Jennifer Singh, Presidential Address, the Feliciano Rizicki Historical Lecture, which will be given by President-elect Eddie Cornwell, Surgical Practice Luncheon, which focuses on surgical coaching, and that'll be a lecture given by Caprice Greenberg during that luncheon. An ACS session will be this afternoon featuring none other than Patricia Turner herself, as well as a panel on DEI. And then this afternoon, we have the crowd favorites, the Southeastern Surgical Congress Sharks and the Southeastern Surgical Feud, where we have the gold medal winners against the aging past presidents. Economics plan as well. So there's something for everyone. At this point, I would like to recognize not only John Stewart, but also the members of the CME Program Committee at this time and ask them to stand for a brief round of applause. Outstanding program, and really you just can't describe how much work goes into that. Tonight, as you know, is Super Bowl, and there was some discussion as to whether or not the Super Bowl might cut into the attendance of our reception. So we remedied that. What we're going to do at 6 o'clock when we start the reception immediately following the feud, we're going to break down this barrier between the exhibit hall and the lecture hall and broadcast the game on the big screen. We'll have open bar and hors d'oeuvres until halftime. And then after that, if people want to stay on, we'll probably have to go to cash bar, because with this gang, we would end up bankrupting the organization if we kept open bar all night. But anyway, that's the way we can all get together and enjoy the game. And also because, as a fellow degenerate gambler, I'll probably put some bets down on the game. You can buy betting squares for $10 each from the ladies from LP, and that money will go to the Southeastern Surgical Foundation as a fundraiser. So indulge your addiction as well as help the foundation. Be sure to download the meeting app for access to the schedule, the abstracts, the speakers, and to claim your CME credits. The meeting will be recorded, and those videos will be available within the app for the next 3 months. You can view them from any computer or tablet or device. The Wi-Fi has been a little spotty, but they're working on that. The Wi-Fi password is SESC23, SESC23, and you'll connect to the network Weston Meeting Rooms. If you're on Twitter, we encourage you to use this year's official hashtag, which is SESC23. This year's meeting offers 31.25 hours of CME, 18 of which are self-assessment credits, and the credits may be claimed via the app or online by May 13th, 2023. The vendors are critical to the success of our meeting, so we encourage all of you to visit our industry supporters during breaks and during the exhibit hall hours. And we would specifically like to recognize and thank our top sponsors, our gold level sponsor, which is Legally Mine, and our silver sponsor, which is Natera. And with that, that concludes our housekeeping announcements. I'd like to move directly to the introduction of our first speaker, Dr. Jennifer Singh, who will be delivering the A. Hamlin Letton Lecture. This lecture is named for Dr. A. Hamlin Letton to recognize his contributions to the Congress and the field of surgery. His special surgical interest was oncology, and more specifically breast cancer, which led to the creation of the Breast Cancer Center at Georgia Baptist Medical Center, now Atlanta Medical Center. His interest extended to the National Forum by service on the Advisory Committee on Cancer Control for the NCI and as president of the National American Cancer Society. Dr. Letton's service to the Congress began as a young surgeon, and he succeeded Dr. B.T. Beasley, the original Secretary of the Congress. In 1960, he retired as the Secretary Director of the Congress. In 1986, Dr. Letton passed away on January 13, 2010, at the age of 93. Now the introduction of our guest. Dr. Jennifer Singh was born in Berkeley and grew up in San Jose, California. She attended Stanford, majoring in English and biology, which was followed by medical school at the University of California, San Francisco. Dr. Singh did her surgery residency at the Mass General Hospital, where she also served as staff surgeon during a super chief year. This was followed by surgical oncology training at MD Anderson Cancer Center. She began her faculty career at the University of Massachusetts in 2005, where she also earned her MPH from the Harvard School of Public Health. Dr. Singh was recruited to BID Medical Center and Harvard Medical School as Chief of Surgical Oncology in 2011, where she rose to the rank of Professor of Surgery. In 2017, she was named the James Utley Professor and Chair of Surgery at BU School of Medicine and the Surgeon in Chief at Boston Medical Center, where she serves today. Dr. Singh is a surgical oncologist whose practice includes pancreas, HPB, and gastric surgery. She is a health services researcher focusing on risk prediction and prevention, disparities in surgical and cancer care, and models to build health equity. Dr. Singh founded the Surgical Outcomes Analysis and Research, or SOAR, initiative in 2007. SOAR is now the hub of outcomes research for the BU and BMC Department of Surgery. She was the 2022-2023 president of the SSAT and is a founder and past president of the Society of Asian Academic Surgeons. Dr. Singh sits on the executive councils of both the SSO and the SUS and serves as a counselor on the American Board of Surgery, which is where I got to know Jennifer. She is a deputy editor for JAMA Surgery and serves on a number of other editorial boards. Dr. Singh has mentored multiple trainees to great success in national and international meetings, funded grants, and peer-reviewed publications, and their achievements are her source of greatest pride. On a personal note, she's just extremely nice to deal with, a wonderful person. We're so proud to have her with us today. Jennifer, please join me at the podium.